for him is number 6 on the year.
Yeah, that my Brooklyn, go see Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, grrr to the reality, we still outside. Mine on the richest, heart in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the underground, we thrive in it. Ghana boys stocks on the rise, Charlie, this flex know they ready. See, we were not to ride nobody with, we're the ones who started with it. Translation, Yanni had to buy, Yanni had Yanni hits. This goes so hard, even the ops go with it, That's how you know we lit. Grrr.
Trust, me taking no loss. We be the hottest on the scene. Gemstones from the dust. Big dog, pretty leash. Where's the love in the streets? Pour my heart on the beat. See that blood on my sheets. Yeah, when me ready, me hit it heavy. I zoom out the pride of my people already. Them I see Ellie. Me, I'm just sharing my journey. I'm thankful that people they hear me. Tribe of Joseph, I'm ahead of the bunch. P5, I was starving for months. A running cutscene, but on my pockets, me need my DNA. Baby for lunch, but we call me a star before BBC. Don't take a lot to get rid of me. Me and them no get the same. Me and them no get the same. Boy, that they gonna know who the name is. They say I move like I'm nameless. Cause I only come for the money bags and I don't really wanna be famous. Man.
We going crazy, we at the top and we never gonna stop. Hop in a ghost, I'ma get swayzy. I just got off of the jet and I cry. My I win in a Humvee, I lie. I be on go cause I come from the shot. I'm shooting back, I ain't ducking no shots. Got power like Samson, I cut off the locks. Chirac, Timmer, in the cut like I'm Fredo Santana. Uju Benton, I hop in the Bama, the world is mine. I'm Tony Montana, I'm Pelican Fly. Diamonds on me cause I'm rapping a rock. I'ma go hard, I ain't killing them soft. I'm up in the hills, I feel like I'm Lauren, you ready or not? I like who got businesses, I'm CEO of mine. 1980 Prezi Rolly, we been working overtime. The witness, the police, the pigs, I don't eat swine. Son of Jacob, this biblical, my flow, the holy God.
It's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and we are at Wintry First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Cleveland Browns. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wild Card game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Chubb on the counter. And good pursuit yet again by the Chargers as they stuff him behind the line. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
You can bet they're not going to go away from the running game anytime soon, but this is obviously not a good start. 2 carries, 2 runs, both stopped for a loss.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Room here to run. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
They run again on first down. Chubb. And the ball is knocked out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Watson off play action. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Here's Watson. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 14. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on third. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Watson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum, almost like they're saying, okay, no one expects us to win this one. Let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this time of year, it's going to be tough to take them out of it, but that's a heck of a start.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. And on third down, the Browns going to go with a nickel set. Now it's Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Interesting decision here. Opening drive, Charles. 4th and short. You're in field goal range. We'll see what they do.
I just shake a fist at my offense and say, go get it, guys, because if you can't pick up 4th and short here, we're probably in trouble the rest of the game. Show some confidence, show some aggressiveness, go pick it up.
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll run for it with Spiller. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
Herbert off of play action. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Herbert now. Here's White. They set up the screen. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Herbert operating from the red zone. Touchdown, Chargers! Alec Pierce, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers will strike first here, this wild card matchup. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. A shotgun snap for Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. On the return, here's Agnew. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Well, sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
Now on 2nd and 13. Herbert. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, the great coach said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's grabbed over the middle by White. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Herbert. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. George Karlaftis in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
3rd and long. It's Herbert. Going for the deep ball. He's got a man. Complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
Well, one way or the other, you knew they'd have to push the ball downfield on 3rd and long, but I'm not sure the defense was expecting to push it that far downfield. Their math didn't add up, but it certainly did for the offense.
On 1st and 10 is Spiller. And that wound up traveling at even 58 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Here's Herbert. Open man, Parham. He's got him. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. He gets it left side to Johnson. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, Spiller looking for space. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Chargers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Faking the give. Now Watson. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Chargers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Herbert. It's caught inside the 25. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. Hopkins' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Hey, you gotta snap it.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
It's now 2nd and 6. That's it. Hey, 31! 24!
The final shot before the break. Watson going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. This one fielded at the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've been the better of the 2 teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Right back to Spiller on 2nd down. Only a couple there. It's going to be brought down about the 28. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
That's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And that's his second sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the third quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They begin this drive with Chubb. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Agnew now to return. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And they will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 40-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Right back to Spiller on second down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. That's complete to Pierce. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on third down. Even better decision.
Running right, this is Spiller. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett giving him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well. Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive. This offense so far on 3rd down, can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Back to throw here, Herbert. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long. And I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Herbert. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Alec Pierce with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is now 24. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. To throw is Watson. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Derwin James with a pick. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On the jet sweep, this is Johnson. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will stay a 3-score game at 24. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Grant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. On first down, Watson. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Watson off play action. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. They go with Chubb on second down. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third.
A gain of 1 brings up third down and 9.
Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Back to throw, Watson. He finds his man, complete. That's Grant. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 4th down. Cade York on now for the field goal. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. York able to send this one through, and they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have bucked the trend so far. Sterling performance to this point. On the road, no less, in the wild card round. And they look to finish things off here in this 4th quarter. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Right back to Spiller on second down. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, it's Spiller. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 80 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. A nice run right there. And we talk this time of year about certain teams, certain players who don't have a lot of postseason history to speak of. And here's a man right here in his rookie season in the NFL, and he's being asked to carry the load at running back for this offense.
And he has acquitted himself nicely here in his rookie year. And look, I think we both believe that the burden's a little lighter on backs and receivers than it is on quarterbacks in the playoffs. But that's not to say this is going to be easy. As fast as the NFL game is in the regular season, it's like warp speed when you turn pressure up in the postseason. So let's see how he handles things early. I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shoot. Johnson odds poke 3. Football's out. But a Chargers player was able to fall on it, and they'll keep possession. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
it is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talk about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Browns drive about to get started. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film section in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that part.